Hello everyone, welcome to your Financial Freedom Workbook walkthrough. Today, I will be going through each of the tabs of this workbook so that you may use it effectively. Starting with the budget allocations. Budget allocation essentially means dividing your after-tax income into three distinct categories: your needs, wants, and savings. If you want to learn more about this allocation, you can simply click on See Budget Allocation Guide here on the sheet. This will direct you to a different sheet which will display the different levels and different budget allocations you can follow based on your preferences and income level. So we have level 1 through level 4. Now, once you've understood this, you may go back by clicking on the back button, which will lead you back to the budget allocations tab. Here, if you have already decided what your allocations will be, you can click on each of these three cells and edit them accordingly. So for example, 40% needs, 20% wants, and 40% savings. The important thing here is to remember that your budget allocations must always add up to 100%. On the right side, you will see 4 different progress bars. Each progress bar will tell you how much is left over and how much you have spent for the month. If you do want to change the month, click on this cell on the drop-down list and select which month you will be using. In this case, we'll stick to September. Down below are 3 different pie charts that shows you the percentage spent on your income, needs, wants, and savings. All of this is linked to the next tab, the expense tracker. On the expense tracker, you'll see one table on the left containing the date, category, description, income, expenses, and month, all of which will be filled out manually. On the right side, you will see 4 other tables containing your income sources, savings, needs, and wants. So in this case, it's already filled out for September. You will see that each of these values are reflected on both sides of the sheet. Before we can move on to the next month, we must first go back to budget allocations, click on September, click on the drop-down arrow, and select the month of October. Now you can see that everything becomes 0 because we have not inputted any values. So going back to the expense tracker, what you want to do now is, if your jobs are the same, there's no need to change these. Now, if you have other savings that you want to include, for example, travel fund, you click on enter and type travel fund. The table will automatically update as well as the drop-down lists found on the left side table. There, travel fund. Next, needs. If you want to add other needs, you can simply click on enter again and type medical bills. Again, it will update and you can find it in description under category of needs. Okay, so let's say you have received your first salary from your job for the month. You click on income, job 1, and under the income column, you type your salary. For example, $35,000. There, it will now reflect on the right side. Next, let's say you have planned your savings ahead. Click on savings, personal savings, and input the amount you plan on saving, $5,000. Also, don't forget to put the date. In this case, we will simply just drag it down as an example. Now you can keep doing this for each of your expenses until the end of the month. Please keep in mind that in order for all this to work effectively, you must remember to keep your descriptions exactly the same. If it's an electric bill, you must maintain the description electric bill with the same amount of capital letters. Once you're done with your expense tracker, you can move on to your financial goals. Click on Financial Goals on the left-hand side. Here you'll see a breakdown of your different financial goals: personal savings, emergency funds, investments, and others. You can change each of the goals to fit accordingly to your choice. So instead of 500,000, let's say you want to save 600,000 and have an emergency fund of 100,000. The progress bar below will automatically update. So currently, you are 90% done. And for your emergency fund, you're 43% done. On the boxes on the left side of the calendar, you'll see the cumulative amount of savings you have made in the past year. So what you ought to do first is enter your initial amount at the beginning of the year. So in this case, it's 50,000 for personal savings, 10,000 for emergency funds, 5,000 for investments, and in this case, for savings for, let's make this a travel fund. So initially, you have 1,000 saved up for your travel fund. In order to change these values or increase them, simply go to any of these months, click on the cell below, and type your savings. Travel fund, 2,000 pesos for the month of October. As you can see, it automatically updated to 3,000. Please remember that if you type travel fund here, whatever you put in the calendar must be the same. So it has to be travel fund. Otherwise, it will not work. So if I misspell it, nothing will happen. Next, we have your investment goal calculator. This calculator helps you figure out how much you need to contribute to your investment each month to reach your financial goal. You have to input 4 values: the investment goal, your current investment, your annual return, and the years to grow. For this example, let's say your investment goal is 1 million and you have a current investment of 25,000, an investment opportunity that will yield 8% every year, and an investment period of 10 years. Your results will show you that your annual contributions would be 65,000 and your monthly contributions in order to reach this goal would be 5,442 pesos. It will also show you the total sum of contributions in the total 10-year period, your profit, and the ending investment value, which would be 1 million. If you decide to change your investment goal, you can simply edit the cells to the right. For example, if your investment goal is now to reach 2 million at the end of 15 years with no current investment, yielding the same 8%, you will see that the monthly contributions and the rest of the results will change. So now you will have to contribute 6,138 pesos every month to reach 2 million at the end of 15 years. The next and last calculator on this workbook is the Compound My Money calculator. This tool is for figuring out how much your money can grow with the power of compounding. All you need to do is input a few details: your initial savings, your planned monthly contribution, the annual return or interest rate, and the number of years you plan to let your money grow. So for example, in this case, let's say you don't have any initial savings or investment, but will contribute 1,000 every month. in a savings account or investment vehicle that will yield you 6%. And your investment period would be 10 years. Your results will show that your investment would grow to 158,000 by the end of 10 years while contributing a total of 120,000 over the course of 10 years. Next, on this workbook, we have a directory of digital banks available here in the Philippines. And finally, we have a link here that directs you to our Dragonfi webpage. That is all for our walkthrough today. Thank you so much for listening.